Welcome, everyone. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to day 92 of the tip of the day. I think I made a mistake. Last time it was day 90 of the tip of the day. And actually, it was day 91. And I think I recorded it as day 90 of the tip of the day. But let's get started. This is a tip that I actually messaged Patricia about this, and I was like, maybe I can just record it for everyone else so that they have it as a tip as well. So I was explaining this concept of effortless grace to Patricia, and the example that I brought up. So the book, The Nature of Personal Reality, I think one of the chapters in the book, and on Facebook Live Q&A, we have discussed this, that effortless grace has been always available to us. Like a lot of people seem to think that, oh, God is going to bestow me with grace, or there's something external from us that is going to bestow grace. But what I know of from Nature of Personal Reality, this is what Eckhart Tolle's teachings are, this is what Dr. Joe Dispenza's teachings are, is that effortless grace is only available in the present moment. Nature of Personal Reality talks about it as the point of power is in this present moment. Eckhart Tolle, of course, like he is the guru of the now, the power of now. That's the power of the virtue of the Tao, he says, is the present moment. And Dr. Joe Dispenza has a whole meditation on getting into the generous present moment. So the example that I was giving her was, and I've talked about it on my videos as well, like in year 2012, I actually like all the whole year of 2011 I stayed home. Maybe between 2010 till 2012, I on and off, like I had a 6-month contracting engagement, but I was kind of like unemployed and stayed home, and there was something about the economy that I was not finding jobs. So I stayed home and kind of like blew up my savings, and I started like that's normal, right? Like if you don't have money, then we are going to start using credit cards for grocery bills and paying up bills. So I think I was in like 30 or $60,000 in debt on my credit cards. I had a lot of debt on my credit cards. But what I did was I made the conscious choice. I know like a long time back in 2000, in 1995 or 1996, I know one person at my workplace had talked about if you file for bankruptcy, it always is that you end up filing for bankruptcy twice in your life. And that statement stuck in my head. And I was like, no, I'm not going to file for bankruptcy. I am going to pay down this debt. So that will and determination in 2012. So I think I've done a video. I sold my house. So this is the grace, right? Like I was down in the month of August of 2012. I was down to my last $1,000 in the bank. I had just $1,000, and the check for the equity for the house got deposited right then. I mean, something magical happened. But what I would say is I was following Eckhart's teachings by then, and I knew how to surrender. Like I knew everything was perfectly happening. I know Carolyn May says it's divine. Every moment is divine, and the divine reasons why everything is happening. So I surrendered to everything. Like if my real estate agent said, oh, don't go with this buyer, I didn't go with that buyer, even though I was desperate that I needed my house sold because I needed the equity. Then I started paying down my credit cards with the money that came from the equity. But then even that I ran out in December of 2012. Again, as I was running out of money, probably the last $1,000, I found a job like last week of December of 2012. To that extent that I didn't even have like in that job, if you work for 2 weeks, then you got the paycheck in the third week. That would have put me in like second or third week of January when I would have my paycheck. Because of that, I did not even have rent for the month of January of year 2013. I asked a friend if she would let me borrow some money. I could pay her after I got my paycheck. And she allowed me to borrow. I mean, she came over to my house and she paid the rent. Like I gave her some money and then she made up the difference. And I was able to, I had an eviction notice on January of 2013. So what I wanted to explain is from 2012 till year 2017, until I paid down all my debt, I was going paycheck to paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. And a lot of people get very paralyzed. Like they go, oh my God, I don't have enough money. And paycheck to paycheck, implying that if I was getting paid once in 2 weeks, there were times like when the paycheck ended, like towards the end of the pay period, I would be left with like $40 in the bank. Like my net worth would be $40 with me. There was a time I remember I went out to meet friends, like ex-co-workers for dinner. And they invited me to a pizza place and I had just $20 in my purse. And I was like, if this meal costs more than $20, I won't be able to pay for it. And it just ended up being that the meal was exactly, I mean, I could, like maybe somebody paid for the meal and then I had to pay the tip or something. And it was just exactly $20. So just imagine, it would drive anybody nuts that 5 years from 2012 to 2017, you're living in that manner where you just have $10 in your bank or your $20 in your bank account. And then you're continuing to selflessly give at your workplace. That is when I started applying Eckhart's teachings. I was very selfless in the way I used to work. I used to help all my coworkers succeed. And always appreciated, like Eckhart says, whatever you're withholding from the world, the world will withhold from you. So acknowledging the good is the way you get to abundance. So I would like always appreciate my coworkers and all that. So I wanted to let you all know that do look into your life and see, and I can see this even like I'm an immigrant. I moved from India in year 1989, and I do remember there were times like our flight, we missed our flight got rerouted to Russia. I ate like something bad. I threw up by the time I came to New York. We were coming to the US. My school was LSU in Baton Rouge. So we flew into New York and then from New York to Baton Rouge. And then I didn't even have change of clothes. And we were trying to then missed our flight in New York, going to Baton Rouge because of the delayed flight from Russia. So we had to stay in a hotel, and then we thought we were going to a hotel, and then that ended up being $300, and we didn't have $300 to pay for our hotel. So we were like taking our luggage and walking, but threw up on my shirt. And then there's this guy who stopped in a car and said, "Hey, where are you going? Do you need help?" And we said, "Yeah, well, we need to get to the airport." And he said, "The airport is pretty far away. Let me give you a ride." And he drove us back to the airport. So they're little, and then I remember when we arrived in Baton Rouge, the first day we could not find a home. Like we couldn't sign up for an apartment, so we had to stay in a motel. And the motel was owned by people from India. So they invited us, they asked us, are you here for the first time? And we said yes. So they invited us, and bless their heart, they gave us a meal. And it was so satisfying to eat a good meal. Finally, after eating all the junk that is served on hotels and whatever we bought at airports. So that is my tip for today, is look into your life and see where effortless grace is always available, has always been available to you. And you are not acknowledging it, that you have not acknowledged that something suddenly appeared, or maybe some friend helped you with something, or some family member helped you with something, or a teacher took you in and helped you with something. So that acknowledgement is what is going to start your feeling of abundance within you, because the normal limiting belief that we will hold is, oh, bad things, or like Eckhart says, right? Like he used to have this limiting belief, bad things always happen to me. I don't think anything good is going to ever happen to me. So let me see if there are any comments, but I don't see any comments. That was it. That was my tip for today, that these examples that I'm giving, and I've seen that all throughout my life, that they're little incidents that in year 1990, I remember we were down to nothing in our bank account, and we actually had to do laundry. Like, you know, they show in some movies that they pick out the cushions from the couch, and they look for quarters under the couch. And so we pick up those quarters and then go to the laundry, because the laundry machine is a coin machine, and you need like about 75 cents to do one load of laundry. So I've done that, and we applied for a credit card. I think we got an American Express credit card approved for $500 of credit limit. And all I could do was go to a gas station. Normal grocery stores back then never accepted American Express. So you had to go to a gas station and buy like salt and oil so that you could cook. And I remember the time period that I'm talking about in year 2012, 2012 to 2017, sometimes I didn't have enough money for food. So I would eat like boiled rice and boiled lentils, which is very cheap. And then mix it with pickle and eat it. Like most of the time for 5 years, the maximum meal that I've eaten, and that's one meal that I don't eat ever now, is boiled rice and lentils. So even though I was eating it, Eckhart, in one of his videos on Socrates, the greatest lesson, I think that's the name of the talk, back in 2012, he said he used to live in a bedsitter with just two hot, those rings, hot plates that you use for cooking, and all he ate was Heinz baked beans and toast. And he said, even there, you look at the Heinz baked beans and feel the liveliness. And so his teachings kind of helped me. Like I was like, okay, I'm eating this dal, what we call dal, and rice, but at least it has liveliness. It's going to nourish me, and that's what I ate. So that's my tip for today, is that effortless grace is always available to you. Recognize it, look back in your life and see how many times you were effortlessly helped by the universe. And I'm positive you're going to find many, many thousands of points in your life where you were helped out. And with that, that's my tip for today. Much love to you. Thank you so much. Eternally grateful for all the support. Many blessings. Have a fantastic weekend. Thank you. Bye.